Okay, so I would do this in the bathroom, but our bathroom has a really loud fan, so it would overtake my voice. So I'm just gonna start this out here. Today, I am taking a pregnancy test. I am a little over a day late on my period, and I honestly can't wait to take it. So here I am. I'm gonna go take it, and I will be back with the results. I'm so nervous. Here we go. It's almost done. Just waiting for the results. Oh, I can't look. Longest 5 seconds ever. It's actually like a minute or so. Actually 2 to 3 minutes, I think. We're at 3 bars. I'm using the digital one, so it has to like process, and it shows these little bars that blink. Oh my god. Not pregnant. So I just found out that you're not supposed to drink a lot of water to make yourself urinate for the pregnancy test because it can dilute your HCG levels, which is exactly what I did. I drank like 3 ginormous, like 16 plus ounce cups of water. So it may have been inaccurate. I did not know this information. So I'm gonna wait a couple more days probably, see if I get my period, and then try another test. Okay, so I am officially pregnant. I found out this morning, and according to my Flow app where I've been logging all of my symptoms and everything, I'm approximately 4 weeks and 4 days pregnant. My period was 3 days late, never got it. And even though I had taken 2 tests prior to my period, I took one on like 2 days before my period was supposed to be, because I was getting confused on when my period was coming, and that one was negative. And then I took another test on the day that my period was supposed to arrive, and it was also negative. But then I never got my period. I waited another 2 days, and I took a test this morning, and it was officially positive, which is just crazy, like craziness. I'm looking at myself now. And so I am all cozied up, sitting on the couch, watching all of the pregnancy YouTube videos. It's hard for me like to not get too like psyched, because I know during the first trimester that it's very like high risk to possibly miscarry. Not that I'm like wanting to think that way. Like I do genuinely think it's going to be a healthy pregnancy. But yeah, I am watching all the pregnancy videos, already like started doing prenatal workouts, and I'm not showing at all. And I don't really have any symptoms. The only thing that I've experienced so far over the course of this last month, which I didn't know I was pregnant, was, excuse me, increased need to pee, like constantly, which I'm not normally like that. I have also been drinking more, especially since this morning, since I found out, but like increased need to pee even if I'm not drinking a lot. Which is definitely not like me. So that's something that I noticed. But other than that, some bloating, which is also pretty normal for me with the amount of like vegetables I eat and beans that I eat. So yeah, other than some bloating and constant need to pee, I have not experienced any aversions, any like crazy cravings or anything like that. It's super early, so I know it's super early. But yeah, I really am looking forward to hopefully keeping up with tracking this process of how I move forward. I'm going to try my hardest to keep it a secret and not share it with people till at least 12 weeks to kind of go over that hump to get into the second trimester and make sure everything's good and good to go. Yeah, to avoid any disappointment. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I am just over 5 weeks, like 5 weeks and 2 days roughly, and that is recorded from my first day of my last period, which was around June 21st, and it is currently July 26th. So yeah, roughly a little over 5 weeks, and kind of same as my last little entry, my only symptoms have been, I've had a little slight cramping, which is new from last week. Still have the bloating, just like bloating every day. And something that has been new just within the last, it's intensified over the last couple days, is some lower back pain. It's nothing extreme where it's like super painful, but it's kind of just like this discomfort at this point. And this morning I did experience the most mild nausea that I've ever experienced. So that would be great if that was all I experienced for the rest of the first trimester moving forward. That would be amazing, but we'll see. And yeah, other than that, I have a very tiny bit of breast tenderness. It honestly feels similar to PMS, where I just get a little bit sensitive around the like nipple area and like over to the side area. But yeah, other than that, I've just been absorbing so much information, watching all of the pregnancy videos still. Like I'm still on a rampage since I found out. And yeah, so I'll see you with the next update. I'm pregnant. Honestly, I can't believe it. I'm still like, I can't say I'm in shock, but it's just something that I've dreamed about since I can remember. Currently 24 years old. This will be my husband and I's very first child. I found out a little over a week ago. So I am, as far as I know, I haven't gotten any testing done, but as far as I know, I'm about 5 weeks and 5 days along, or 5 weeks and 6 days along. So getting really close to 6 weeks, as far as I know. Here is the bump. There is no bump. Not that you have anything to look at or compare it to, but this is the size I was before. The only thing I've been experiencing is bloating. I've had a few little bouts of nausea and a little bit of back pain, which I've always kind of suffered from. Which I found weird because the back pain really started last week, and it's minor, but it's made sleeping very uncomfortable. And I've already started to try to sleep on my left side, which is very different for me. But because of my back pain, I'm not able to sleep how I normally do. So I figured, okay, I feel like this is my body just telling me, get used to sleeping on your left side. So I've been already kind of like, I don't have a pregnancy pillow yet, but I've been stuffing a pillow in between my legs and sleeping on my left side. And practicing that because I'm normally a belly sleeper. And yeah, so that's been different. That's been an adjustment. The other thing that I've noticed is I have been waking up super early, which is not like me at all. I used to be like this when I was younger, but for like over several years now, I've slept in to like 9, 8:30, obviously depending on the day. But now I'm like popping up before the sun rises naturally. And it only started since this pregnancy started, which I'm not complaining about. I'm getting a lot more done. I'm getting my yoga and meditation done first thing in the morning. Sometimes I grab my husband out of bed and we go for a little morning walk. So that's been very, very nice and very different. And then typically mid-afternoon, that's when the fatigue sets in and I have to take a nap. Not every day, but most days I could definitely take a nap or should take a nap. Today I actually woke up feeling not so great at all. Just kind of felt nauseous, a little crampy, and just felt really, really tired. Even though I still woke up before the sun rose, I just felt exhausted. So I took a little power nap around 10, 11 o'clock this morning, and that helped a lot. And yeah, I've just kind of not been feeling very great today, but that's like the first day that I haven't felt great. So I was like, oh man, I hope I go back to feeling great, but we'll see. I'm taking it day by day. So that is the 5-week, pretty much 6-week update. I'll probably come back in on here during the 6th week to share any new symptoms or just share an update, see if my belly's grown at all. I'm not expecting it to grow for a while, especially since it's my first pregnancy. And I've heard like typically for your first pregnancy, it takes you a while to show. Like you might start showing towards the end of your first trimester or the beginning of the second trimester. I have my first appointment coming up in a few weeks. I should be about 9 weeks when I go, so we're hoping that we can hear a heartbeat, and just obviously my number one thing is just to make sure everything is okay, everything's going good, but I can't lie and say that I'm not worried about miscarriage, because I didn't realize how high the numbers are for miscarriage, but I'm just doing the best I can, eating plenty, staying super hydrated, peeing constantly, exercising, being very mindful, and yeah, just doing the best that I can. So that is the 5-week and 5-day update. I will see you guys next week for another update. Hey guys, so I'm coming at you at 7 weeks and 5 days, and ginger ale in hand. I said to myself before like learning about morning sickness that I didn't want to be the person that goes to the ginger ale, and I wanted to do the ginger tea, but I have to be honest, I have not found a way of making ginger tea that is satisfying to me. It's either too spicy or I don't taste it at all, and it truly has not been helping my nausea. So ginger ale it is. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. At least I got the mini ones. Speaking of ginger ale, my morning sickness, or should call it all day sickness, has fully kicked in. It's been about now probably like a week and a half of dealing with this. It really kicked in full force at about 6 weeks, 3 or 4 days, something like that. So since I've talked to you guys, because I wasn't feeling any symptoms at all, and here I am now feeling nauseous almost at all parts of the day. They come in like strong waves, and I haven't really gained control of it. I've been trying to eat like more often, smaller meals, but I haven't been able to find like actual meals that don't make me feel nauseous. It's mainly just snack food, like saltines. I caved and got saltines, like dry cereal, like no sugar, just like plain Cheerios. So I've been having those, ginger ale, ginger hard candies. I'm not wearing them right now, but I got these, here, I'll just show you. They're called Sea Bands. You've probably heard of them. Cause you know, some people can get seasick. So they're these like little bands, and when you flip them open, they have these little like plastic hard balls, and you put them on your wrist about 3 fingers down, and they press on a specific acupuncture point that helps with nausea. They do help a bit. It's not anything like amazing, like it completely takes my nausea away or anything, because yeah, that's certainly not the case. But there's been some days where I'll just wear them all day long because I'm like, I'm nauseous like all day, so why not just wear them all day long? But yeah, other than the nausea, there has also on the nausea, there has been no throwing up. So I'm super grateful for that, because I know a lot of people that end up throwing up constantly with the nausea, and luckily that has not been the case for me. I'm hoping that it continues that way, because at least the food I am eating, like I'm keeping the nutrients in. So that's huge. But other than nausea, I've just been super fatigued. Like every time I watch anything, like I'm watching a video, it's like literally like a 20-minute long video. 5 minutes in, I'm like falling asleep. So whenever I get to that point, I'm just like, I gotta stop what I'm doing and take a 30-minute nap. So I've been keeping my naps to about 30 minutes. And then normally I'm able to like function for the rest of the day. I have been keeping up with my workouts for the most part. I skipped one day this week. And I give myself like 2 days off a week to not do my program. I'm doing like a 5-day-a-week program, and they're each like 30 to 40 to 50 minutes depending on the day. And so for the most part, I'm keeping up with that, just doing a lot of the modifiers, especially on the days where I'm just feeling extra nauseous and extra tired. So I've just been mindful of that, listening to my body. I'll give you a little belly update. This is just bloat and extra like weight that I have carried since before being pregnant. So yeah, not much difference in the belly area. Probably won't kick in, especially since it's my first child. It probably will not kick in until, you know, the beginning of the second trimester. I'm going to my first appointment in like 8 days. It's on the August 22nd, and today is, what is today? Today is like the 9th or the 10th or something, or the 11th. I don't even know. I'm losing track of the days, but it's funny because my first appointment is actually on the first day that I start my next school semester. So that's kind of funny, but the times line up fine. So I'm really excited. I should be about 9 weeks then, based off of the first day of my last period. And so hopefully they'll be able to do the dating, take all the tests they need to take, check in on baby, make sure everything is going well. Hopefully we'll get to hear the heartbeat. That'd be amazing. And I just really can't wait to just have this reassurance, because I've just been going on, you know, since finding out 4 weeks and 4 days. Like just like, you know, not on my own. I have the support of my husband and everything like that, but just like not knowing what's going on in here is very kind of like anxiety ridden, like giving me anxiety. So I just want to make sure everything's going good. I'm taking that the fact that I'm getting nauseous means my HCG levels are rising, because that's typically why women get nausea. But I know that's not always the case too. So hopefully that's like a good sign, although the nausea has been horrendous. Yesterday was my first like crying breakdown, because I just like feel so tired of feeling like shit every day. But it's like, I'm tired of feeling like that and I complain about it, but I'm also grateful at the same time. So I'm like trying to normalize the fact that it's okay to have two conflicting feelings at the same time. I've been talking about that on my stories and sharing my my journey. We did tell everyone. We told kind of everyone one by one. So everybody in our family knows. I made a big social media post and got lots of congratulations. So that's good. It's nice to be able to like talk about it freely. I was gonna wait until like at least my first appointment, but I didn't want to. I wanted the support now. I wanted to be able to share the journey and talk about it openly and freely on my different platforms, because that's a big form of support for me. And, you know, obviously I'm praying that everything goes smoothly, but I know that it is still early and things happen. But if something does happen, at least people knew, and I'll have that support to get me through that. But I really hope and pray that nothing happens and everything goes smooth and well. But yeah, so that's where I'm at, feeling very nauseous, very tired, sick every day, super bloated. The one other thing is I've been having aversion to coffee, which I normally would drink coffee 1 to 2 cups a day roughly, and I did switch to decaf. So I've been drinking decaf, but once that 6-week, 4-day mark hit, I have an aversion to coffee. Like, I can't even stand the smell of it, which sucks because that was like a big comfort thing of mine, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, my food has just been really limited to saltines, breads. I have been able to have tofu scramble, but even today that was not agreeing with me. We made this big pot of stew and I've been eating it, but every time I eat it, it makes me feel sick. But we made so much of it, so I'm still eating it, but it's like, I probably should stop eating it. I just really want to keep it to bland food. And the funniest thing, one more thing before I let you go, is everything I ate yesterday, like everything I ate except for saltines, made me feel sick. And the one thing that didn't make me feel sick was a vegan grilled cheese sandwich. Like, the unhealthiest thing possible was the one thing that didn't make me feel nauseous afterwards, didn't make me feel sick, didn't give me a stomach ache, nothing. But everything else, a smoothie made me want to puke. The stew made me want to puke. Like, it was so frustrating. So, yeah, I know normally it only lasts till the 2nd trimester, but I'm really hoping that I get lucky and it doesn't last me till the 2nd trimester, because your girl's not even at 8 weeks yet. And that means I still have a long ways to go. So send your love and support, and I'll see you. I'll probably pop in on here if I have any new symptoms or after my first appointment. So I'll let you know how that goes. See you soon. Hey guys, so coming at you at a little over 9 weeks, give or take. I officially went to my first OB appointment about 2 days ago, this past Monday, and everything is looking good. I'll show you the ultrasound. We got our first little ultrasound done. There's our little bean. Coming, she or he, I don't know yet, came in at 1.86 centimeters. So it measured around 8 weeks, 3 days, give or take 5 days. So I was thinking when I went in that it was 9 weeks. So the OB, she said, it's pretty much right on 9 weeks, give or take. So that's really exciting. Everything looks good, healthy, showed up right away. I didn't get the actual ultrasound done. Like, this was the one where they stick it up you. And, but I'm going for an actual, more thorough, detailed ultrasound. Hold on, out of breath. In a couple weeks. So I have that scheduled, but we didn't get to hear the heartbeat because she didn't use the Doppler, but we got to see the little flicker. And it was interesting because I've seen videos where they turn the lights off when you're getting the ultrasound done so you could see the image on the screen better, but she kept all the lights on. So, and like, she didn't turn it fully so I could see it fully. So I only saw like half the screen and there was a glare, but it's okay. I got a picture and I did see the little flicker, and it was, she said the heartbeat looked good. It was flickering really fast because their heartbeats are so much faster. They're like double ours when they're so small and tiny. So that was good. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Yeah, everything looked good. She went over like the options for genetic testing, and as of now, I don't think I'm gonna get any of that done. My husband and I, none of it runs in our family, and I just don't feel the need to get it done because it's not gonna change my decision either way. So I've decided to opt out of all of those tests and just get the normal like gender reveal with the next, either this upcoming ultrasound or the one after that. But yeah, other than that, I've been constantly still struggling with nausea, constantly, but luckily My OB prescribed me some medication that seems to be working. I've only taken it now for 3 days, 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I've taken it for 2 days, on top of also taking B6 and Unisum. I've been taking one of those before I go to bed. Yeah, I'm not letting my ego or my pride get in the way of me taking medication. I used to be really against it, but how bad my nausea has been, it's been debilitating. Like, I haven't been throwing up or vomiting or anything like that, but it's been on the verge of it every single day. And it's been so impossible to eat anything. I've been breaking down in tears because I just can't handle feeling so bad. So I just was like, I gotta do something about it. I started school this week, like I need to be able to focus. So this seems to be helping. The only side effect is that it makes you drowsy. And I was already feeling tired from being pregnant. So I've been very tired, out of breath. But I'm just glad that I'm not feeling nauseous. Like, I have not felt nauseous the entire day, which is like the first day in weeks. So it's definitely worth it for me. Hopefully I only have to take it for the rest of the first trimester, and then hopefully my nausea subsides. We'll see, cross my fingers. But as you can see, no bump really, just bloating. I ate like this like avocado spread with chips, so this is just some bloat. As far as I can tell, I have not gained any weight either, so I haven't lost, I haven't gained, I've just stayed the same, so that's good. I'm glad I'm not losing weight, and I'm glad I'm not gaining weight either, because I know all the weight's gonna be gained in the second and third trimester mostly. So yeah, I just got a workout in. I'm staying on top of my workouts for the most part. I've definitely slacked some, but I'm still maintaining about 4 days a week of 30 to 50 minutes of exercise, give or take. Today I did a 15-minute workout, and I'm just having to take more breaks, use lighter weights, do modifications, and like, I just noticed my heart rate is so much faster doing less or doing the same thing. Like, for instance, it says my heart rate right now is at 104. Yes, I just finished my workout, but like, I'm just standing here. Like, my heart rate should have slowed down by now, but it's at 104 and I'm just standing here. So yeah, that's been different. But yeah, so hopefully this medication keeps on working, so my nausea will be subsided. And yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll probably come back on here if there's any new symptoms, or I'll come back on here with the news from the next ultrasound. Like I said, I'm about anywhere from like 9 weeks to 9.5 weeks, give or take, right now. So we're making our way through. We're making our way through the first trimester. I'm in the thick of it now. Yeah, crossing my fingers that things just only go up from here. So I have not been very good about keeping up with this first trimester vlog, but it's happening. All right, so we're at almost, well, it's Thursday, so we're actually closer to 13 weeks, but we're at about 12.5 weeks. So close to finishing and moving on to the second trimester. But guys, I feel like I'm already in the second trimester. Everything that people told me came true, and I've gotten my energy back for the most part. My nausea disappeared. I'm not even taking my medication anymore, so that's how I really know it's gone. I'm not getting like cramps and stomach aches really anymore. What else? Sleeping has pretty much gone back to normal. I'm still doing my best to train myself to sleep on my left side, left or right side. I toss and turn. Still haven't gotten a pregnancy pill yet, but definitely going to soon. Here is a little tummy update. Just because I'm super aware of how my body is, I feel that there's like a little bump happening, but it's still really hard to tell. And when it's kind of up, you can kind of tell. But I also did just eat 2 potatoes and guacamole, so you know, it's kind of hard. It's more bloating than anything. But yeah, so I feel a little bump coming in. The only symptom you could say that I still have is my appetite has, well, actually this is a new symptom because when I was nauseous, I wasn't experiencing this, but my appetite has definitely increased this past week. I feel like the nausea went away, all the other symptoms went away, and it was just like full drive, like I am hungry. But it's weird because I'm still not eating like super big portions. I just have to eat like a lot of small portions throughout the day. I do eat some bigger portions, it depends. Like I just ate 2 potatoes, 2 air fried potatoes like that I cut up and like dipped in guacamole, which isn't that much, but that digests pretty well. But yeah, eating all the veggies, all my normal things really. I'm still not like a huge coffee person since becoming pregnant, but that's okay. I've kind of switched it out for chai. And then if I do feel like coffee, I typically do some kind of like pumpkin spice latte because it's fall time. So yeah, the other thing, my hair has grown so much. I wish I measured it pre-pregnancy, but it has, oh, I'm like burping. Excuse me. But it has grown so much, which is cool. My skin is starting to clear up. I was breaking out pretty bad for a little while there. I still have some like on my sides of my arms and my back that will happen. It definitely worsens depending on how I'm eating. But all of that set aside, we went to our first ultrasound, I think it was last week or the week before. Yes, I think it was last week. And hold on, I'll show you. It's official ultrasound. The first one that I showed you guys was like, they took the, I don't know what it's called, into the vagina. This one was on the outside and it was way more detailed and zoomed in. And we got to see baby move and wiggle their arms and legs. It's still way too early to find out the sex because I didn't get any blood work done or any like of the genetic testing done. I'm just gonna do it, well, I was gonna say old-fashioned way, because now it's like an old-fashioned way because people get the blood test done to know the gender, but it's actually still a pretty new technology. So I'll know by hopefully around 20 weeks as long as they can see. But here is the little ultrasound. I don't know how well you can see, but there's a little baby bean. Everything's looking super healthy. Their heartbeat came in at 159 beats per minute. They were measuring, I think it was 4.36 when I went. And it was so cool. We got to see them somersault, like they were somersaulting.
There's baby's heart beating right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but
Yeah, I can see. Okay,
yeah. Let's go ahead and get a tracing of the heart right there. All right. 159. That's terrific.
Yay, good.
Baby's moving. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You can see little arms and legs moving. So, as quick as I can get this up there, that's an arm moving there.
Yeah.
There was another one down on this side. Yeah, you see it. And then like legs are down here. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing that something.
Oh, I know. It's
that
like, I don't even look any bigger, but there's something.
There's something in there moving around. Yeah.
Their feet, kicking their arms, and it was so nice because this time around I was like feeling better. So I felt like I could enjoy the experience more, which is what I missed out on the first time around because I was feeling like crap with the nausea. So it was really nice to be able to enjoy it. And then I actually have another appointment next week, which will be my second prenatal appointment. They did the ultrasound and the prenatal appointments like at different offices. So yeah, I end up going to like multiple appointments pretty close together. And that it will just be like a normal checkup. I don't know if there probably won't be any scan, maybe the heartbeat. We did get to hear the heartbeat, so that was really cool. And yeah, so I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. It's been a little while since I chatted with you guys, but that's the gist. Feeling better, feeling more like myself, feeling like the second trimester has already begun. Just like you could probably tell from my energy on this video compared to the last. No longer need the ginger ale or the ginger anything, unless I'm just craving ginger. But yeah, I'm just trying to be more graceful with myself during this period because I've had some definite insecurities come up when it comes to my body changing. My boobs have definitely gotten bigger, and until literally yesterday or 2 days ago, I got a couple bras that actually fit me, which is really nice. This being one of them that I can actually grow into, that don't feel like they're suffocating me. I also went through my wardrobe and I just like folded and put aside all the clothes that are currently not fitting me and just left out the clothes that are, to hopefully make a little bit of room for some maternity clothes that I'm hopefully going to be welcoming in pretty soon. My sister-in-law just had a baby. We are different sizes, so I'm gonna see and find out if any of her clothes will work. Maybe I can pop on here and that could be a part of this, the last like couple weeks of this vlog I can show you. So yeah, I'm just like wearing, these still are working. I think they'll probably work for a while. I don't know if they'll work for the whole pregnancy. I would probably have to put them under my belly because they are like, they're tight, they're seamless, but they're definitely tighter. And other than that, I just have like dresses, mostly dresses, and like bras, like just wearing a bra and some bottoms. So yeah, I think that is a pretty good update with where I'm at. Like I said, we only have 1.5 weeks left of the first trimester, which is just crazy to even think about, because when I first got pregnant, I felt like the days and the minutes were moving so slowly, but now that I'm feeling good, I can kind of get back in the groove and the rhythm of things. I'm volunteering and going to school, so it's keeping me busy, it's keeping me distracted. I did a little decorating. You can see the wreath, some new artwork in the back, excuse me. Just burping up guacamole right now. But yeah, I should see you guys at least one more time before the end of this first trimester update. And yeah, so I'll see you then, and I love you guys. So it's actually a little past the first trimester. This week was the very first week of the second trimester. It's Saturday, so I'm almost starting my 15th week of pregnancy. This week, I would say more than any other week, I've definitely noticed a pop. It's kind of hard to show in this outfit, but I'll try. You can kind of see a little belly action happening, mixed with a little bloating, but it's definitely popped. Like even my husband was like, I could definitely tell that you popped, which is exciting. Much like the last video that I shared, little clip, nausea is gone. Don't have to worry about that anymore. My appetite has definitely increased quite a lot. We went to our last appointment, I think it was last week, and everything's going good. The heartbeat sounded good, and we just asked some questions. It was like a very pretty easy pop in, pop out appointment, as I think most of them are. But coming up, I'm gonna be getting my first set of lab work done, just to see what all my levels are at. So that'll be coming up. This past week was crazy. I live in Florida, so I live in the Clearwater, Tampa area. So Hurricane Ian was supposed to hit us directly. It ended up hitting Fort Myers area and Naples. Heart goes out to them. So it was a really stressful week, and I wasn't really feeling like coming on here and talking. But this will wrap up the first trimester vlog. I had, fun sharing like updates. I think it'll be a bit more eventful next month, like as my bump starts to grow. So I plan on doing a second trimester vlog too for you guys. But that pretty much wraps it up. I mean, I've been sleeping pretty well. I've been sleeping a lot. I take naps occasionally, sometimes in the afternoon, but for the most part, I'm up for the whole day, and then I go to sleep pretty early. I can't seem to make it through a movie or even an episode of pretty much anything. Like I said, my appetite increased, so I definitely have been eating more. And with that being said, it's hard to say because sometimes I forget to weigh myself first thing in the morning, which is kind of the most accurate time to weigh yourself. Because then when I weigh myself after I eat something, of course I weigh more. But I'm gonna say I gained anywhere from like 1 to 2 pounds so far. So I'm on track for sure. And then I think like on average in the second trimester, you gain like a half a pound a week. Obviously it depends on the person, but that's like kind of what I've read. So I'll keep my eye on that. But I think everything is moving slowly. We all work in our own way. So I'm gonna try not to like put too much pressure on myself in that way. Some insecurities have definitely come up around like how my body is changing and how I know I'm supposed to be gaining weight, but I also feel like I'm still in this phase where it's like, I don't know if I look pregnant or if I just look like bloated. So it's definitely brought up some insecurities. Because before even becoming pregnant, I did have this like idea or goal in my head of being super in shape, super fit. And I wanted like that idea like, oh, she's all belly, nothing else. But I'm trying to let that go. It's definitely a toxic way of thinking. And everybody's gonna be different. I struggled with the nausea a lot the first trimester, so I wasn't eating very good. I'm starting to eat a bit better now, get a little bit more in the rhythm of things, so we'll see. But other than that, I got a pregnancy pillow, which I will show you guys. So here's that pillow. I'm holding my phone, so I can't like get in it, but it's very comfy. It's ginormous. I got it given to me from my sister-in-law. But I pretty much always lie this way. It's kind of a place for your belly. I do end up turning sometimes during the night, so I lie the other way, which you can still wrap your legs and your arms around this part. So that's been very nice because even if I do like kind of roll on my back, I'm at like a slant, so I'm not fully on my back. So it definitely has been super helpful and super comfy. Other than that, the other thing I kind of wanted to just be super real about and include in this is, so I haven't really I don't think I've talked about this at all in any of my first trimester little clips part of this video, is that I have bipolar disorder and I deal with anxiety as well as depression. They kind of all just mesh together. And so for the most of the first trimester, I wasn't really experiencing much of that. I was noticing much of a fluctuation in mood because I was so like focused on like the physical symptoms that I was feeling, like nausea and feeling tired. I just didn't even have any like energy to focus on anything else other than just trying to feel better and trying to find something to eat that I could like take or stand. Now that those physical symptoms have gone away, I've been a lot more in my head. I've been feeling really lonely. I've been feeling like this urge, like I need to get out of the house, but I don't necessarily have anything I need to do out of the house. Any work that I do, I babysit a few times a week, so I get out of the house for that. And then all my schoolwork, other than the times when I physically go to school the 2 days out of the week, is done online from home. So I've been like trying to prioritize getting out of our apartment because that makes me feel a lot better. But yeah, it's just been it's been not necessarily a roller coaster of emotions. I've pretty much been at this like standstill of like not really having much motivation or ambition or drive to do much of anything, but at the same time feeling like I need to get out of the house. I need to do something because it does make me feel better. So kind of struggling with that a bit. And Steven, my husband, he goes off to work 5 days a week. Most of his shifts are 8 hours or longer. So I have a good chunk of time where it's just me, that I have to fill my time with something. And I've resorted to being super lazy some days and just watching TV, and that never makes me feel good, or like procrastinating and pushing my homework off until a couple days before it's due, and that certainly doesn't make me feel good. So I've been really just trying to find somewhat of a balance and create some kind of a system or structure for myself that makes me feel better. I'm trying to brainstorm ideas of other fun activities that can bring some fulfillment into my life, because I just haven't been feeling it. And I feel it progressively getting slightly worse each day. And I don't want it to get to a point where I am just like in a deep, dark depression. If I do get to that point, I may have to talk to my doctor and see about getting back onto antidepressants. I really don't want to do that, but you know, honestly, my viewpoint on it is that it's going to affect the baby more if I, the mother, am depressed and stressed and anxious for the remainder of the pregnancy versus just taking an antidepressant. I'm still gonna give it a go before going to that, but if it gets to that point, that's definitely something I'm open to. I'm gonna be very transparent about this in the upcoming vlogs if I do decide to do the 2nd and 3rd trimester vlog, and share my journey with this, because it's very, very real. Postpartum depression is one thing, but depression during pregnancy is also very, very real, and a lot of people struggle with it, with the fluctuation of hormones, especially if you've already been struggling and have a chemical imbalance previous to pregnancy. So it's very real, and I want to make sure that I talk about that in my journey. So as you can see, just talking makes me out of breath. But I'm going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my first trimester vlog. Like I said, I think I'll have more energy, and hopefully I can make the next one a little bit more entertaining. Maybe I can get some footage from some of our appointments. The gender reveal will be in the next video. That'll be exciting. But yeah, so thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. Sending so much love. And thank you. Namaste.